Is he on?
I got a package from Sony. I did. I got a package from Sony, and it surprised me because it wasn't confirmed that I was going to get this, all right? I've been working on it for a while. Behind the scenes here, I actually didn't tell you guys about it because I didn't want to get your hopes up or anything like that. You know, but I definitely wanted to, if it happened, obviously I was going to tell you guys. It's a very exciting thing for me, at least. Being a content creator for 12 years and finally something like this happening is really neat. So, you know, I got a package from Sony this morning. It's very heavy, too. You know, much like all of us have been told. It's a very heavy box. Like, damn, I'm shocked. Probably the heaviest of this kind of box, probably the heaviest kind of box that I've ever held in my hands. A very large box. And I finally, you know, I got brought it inside, unboxed it carefully, had to push away Jasper many times because he also was very excited about it. You know, he could not wait to see this thing. And then finally I opened it. And there it was, ladies and gentlemen, in all its glory. All right? And what's really cool is I'm not under, unlike other people, I'm not under any non-disclosure agreement at all. I can talk about this package from Sony as much as I want, and I can't get in trouble legally for it, which is really neat. I'm very excited to be able to do this and cover this for you guys. All right? So, yeah, it's beautiful. This thing is really nice. As first you open it up and the first thing you see is a little bit of, you know, it's a little bit of shine. You're like, wow, they really did a good job with this. The presentation alone, you know, just opening it up, I was like, holy crap, this is awesome. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this morning I received my official review copy, advanced early copy of the Sony Boxarox. The Sony Boxarox finally arrived, and when I opened it, oh my god. Let me tell you, first of all, the malachite, it snaps. The jade, oh, it's finely polished. There's some, you know, some coarse minerals in there, but also some really nicely, you know, smooth ones. They really went all out in this. And I just cannot wait over the next couple of weeks to be sharing my experiences with all of you here on a daily basis on stream. Okay? Obviously, this is a really stretched out bad joke. But no joke. Lots of people are getting their early review consoles of the PlayStation 5 today or over the next few days. I'm aware of it because, number one, I follow gaming trends, and every major media outlet is posting up about it. IGN, Games Radar, Jeff Keighley, all got their PS5s, and they're all under NDAs, which means they can't say anything about it at all. All they could do is literally show you the box and do things with the box. They can't even show you inside the box. They're actually prevented from doing that because of the non-disclosure agreement. Apparently the way it works is they were sent detailed instructions. Okay. On this day, you can do this with your PlayStation 5. On this day, you can do this with your PlayStation 5. And it's like every day, only a little bit more, only a little bit more. They're very limited with what they can do, which is really silly. You know what I mean? I mean, that's ridiculous. But anyway, I'm happy for Super Blind Man. Longtime viewer, fan. In fact, I believe he may possibly be the longest running subscriber to this channel. You know, his sub has existed since I was streaming back on Twitch in like 2013, 2014, before I left Twitch to go to YouTube for a couple of years there. And I'm very happy for him. This has been a very eventful year for him because, number one, he was one of the major accessibility consultants on The Last of Us 2. And say what you will about The Last of Us 2, because many people have said a lot about The Last of Us 2, including me. It's one of the most, if not the most accessible AAA game ever created. Even if you're completely blind, you can play through the entirety of the game on the hardest difficulty and beat it. That's crazy. So, you know, something to be said for him already having a very great year. And and getting a lot of respect and getting a lot of well-deserved notoriety. But Sony selected him to get an early PS5. Why? Because he's blind and he can review it for accessibility purposes. So I'm very happy about this because he deserves it. He's a very hard worker. He's a great guy. And he's going to do a lot of good having this PS5 early. He's actually going to be able to relay to the world information about accessibility of the console. And I would go as far to say he's probably going to give very valid feedback to Sony about what he finds with the PlayStation 5. And I would almost go as far to say I hope that Sony listens and improves the console based on his feedback. And that's exactly how this kind of thing is supposed to happen. Okay? It's supposed to be, if you're going to give a free console to someone, it's because there's some kind of major productive purpose behind it. Right? Not that you're pushing some kind of an agenda. You know? Oh, well, Games Radar got it early. Great. Why? What unique perspective are they going to give it exactly? But Super Blind Man getting it, wow, he's going to review it for incredibly productive purposes that are going to probably help thousands of people around the world. That sounds like a good reason to give out a console. Okay? And for the record, no, I did not receive a console. I'm never going to. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you know too much about me. Okay, I've been a content creator on the internet for 12 years. In those 12 years, arguably, the first 6 to 7 years of me being a content creator, I was a very offensive persona. If you're not aware, I basically went out of my way to kind of be extreme risque. My commentary was not very acceptable to the masses. A lot of pretty immature things that I said and did back in the day for shock factor value to retain an audience on YouTube. Okay? That's not exactly the most appealing attitude to have to a game developer or a console manufacturer, right? In addition, let's be honest here. I'm a very outspoken person, even in the modern day. I will tell you my honest opinions on anything that I play. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and I'm certainly not going to kiss ass. In addition to that, I'm a very outspoken critic of the games industry when it comes to games journalism, when it comes to these marketing practices of giving out special early advanced access to games and consoles to a select few. That in most cases, I actually feel that it's completely disingenuous to do that and that it's actually ruining the industry. Okay? Just being honest. When you have streamers who are given advanced access to a game 2-3 weeks early, they're the only people allowed to play the game. They can get full streams and playthroughs of the game up early. By the way, they're not allowed to criticize the game because they're being told they're under review embargo. You cannot criticize the game. You can only play it. When these gamers, supposed gamers, become paid shills for these companies, and they completely spoil the game experience and basically become paid advertisements, ruining the game for the rest of everyone, and basically making that game now, look better than it really is, just for the sake of making a buck. Yeah, I don't agree with it. I've only talked about it a million times. I'm completely anti that. Guess what? These game companies are totally for that. They want marketing. They want advertisement. They want golden content creators and streamers who they hand select to kiss their ass and to make their games look better than they are so that people will go buy them. All right? I'm not a part of that industry. I never will be. I'll always be an outspoken critic of it. Therefore, I'll always be indie. I'll always be independent. I will never have financial backing from one of these companies. I will never have sponsorship from these companies. You will never see me get a console early. You will never see me get a freebie. It's very rare, even when a company chooses to do anything in regards to a partnership with me or a sponsorship with me. All right? And there's good reason for that. A lot of it has to do with me. Some of it doesn't. Some of it has to do with my trolls who try to go and ruin all these opportunities for me. But when you are an outspoken critic of many practices that the industry regards as mainstream and very acceptable, you're not going to be chosen to be the person to review this kind of stuff. By the way, I'm okay with that. I would never even try to get anything early. How do you get a PlayStation 5 early? You have to go to the Sony PR team, contact them ahead of time, and make a case oh, I am this kind of a content creator, and if you give me a PS5 as a promotional thing, you know, here's how you're going to benefit from it. All right? I'm not going to do that. I'm just not. All right? I'm never going to go behind the scenes and ask a company for an early copy of a game. I'm never going to ask for an early copy of a console. That's not me. I am someone who, I very much feel that I'm no better than any of you. I don't feel that I'm better than a single one of my viewers. I feel that I'm the same as you. I am a lover of the games and gaming industry. I have been a gamer my whole life. I will be till the day I die. All right? And I feel that I need to reserve things just like you. I need to pay for them just like you. And in reality, I feel there's actually a lot of value. Okay? There's a lot of value in paying for something. Okay? Versus getting it for free. Okay? Being honest here. If I get something for free, I have not sacrificed anything. I have not spent anything in order to get it. Right? What does that mean? That means there's no investment in it. If you get a game for free and the game is a piece of shit, you probably won't be as angry than if you actually spent money on that game. Right? So, yeah, that's the truth of the matter, is when you actually have to wait, you have to pay, right? To get something, like everybody else, you basically have to invest in it. And when you invest in something and it doesn't live up to expectation, you have a reaction to it that's genuine. Versus, oh, you're getting handed everything completely for free, you don't really feel so bad, right? That's how I've always been. My opinion is, if you're not spending money on it, and you know what I mean, imagine if you didn't have to go through this crazy, arduous pre-order process for the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox One X. Excuse me, the Xbox Series X. And now you get that console for free early. I mean, wouldn't you say maybe you have a little bit of an inkling to maybe be a little bit more positive about it than if you had waited for it, tried to pre-order it, couldn't get it in the pre-orders because it was a pain in the ass, and the pre-order system was broken, and you had to spend $500 plus tax plus shipping in order to get the console. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit of a different experience, and therefore it might actually twist you to feel one way or another. I'm sorry, but if you are a content creator that's flown to Europe to a castle for an advanced preview of a game, okay, a special insane promotional event, and then later that year you say that game was Game of the Year, it's kind of hard to swallow. You see what I'm saying? So for me, actually having to pay for everything that I play, actually waiting to get it, pre-order it, etc., just like you, makes me feel that when I play these games, I'm going to be more objective about them than, say, someone who maybe gets everything for free, gets everything early. Hell, these people who get paid for early gameplay, that's basically paid advertisement. You see, you'll never have to worry about that with me. I'm not part of that. And by the way, I could have been, all right? I could have been. With the amount of viewership that I get, with the amount of followers that I've had on YouTube, on Twitch, I had the clout. People know who I am. I have clout, and I'm not saying certainly that every single game publisher, every single company in the games industry would want me to get anything early, but there are a few that would. They want exposure no matter what. And I know that I could, if I reached out there, all right, I know that I could get stuff early. I just don't want to. I'm not part of that industry. I'm not part of that game. I don't want to be a part. I want to be just like you. That's how I've always promoted myself. That's how I've always presented myself. That's how I always want to. I'm not going to be one of the chosen few, the golden boys. All right? Sound good? That's the truth. Okay? So, I'm not upset that I didn't get an early PS5. It's hilarious. I make a joke post about it. But the Sony Boxer Rocks. Phil's doing this because he's salty, because he didn't get an early PS5. Phil doesn't want an early PS5.
Stop fucking lying.
Phil did not reach out to a PR team of Sony and ask for an early PS5. I never would. I don't care about that shit. I'm going to get it just like you. I'm going to cover it just like you. We're all the same. I'm no better than any of you, and I always approach my content creation from that perspective. Name another person who does this for a living. All right? Another person who this is their full-time job for the past 9 to 10 years, who just wants to be like you and isn't seeking any kind of special treatment. I'll wait for you to find one, because everyone else out there wants to be the golden content creator, the special snowflake. I'm just like you, and I'm not looking to do anything better than that, okay? So, I hope everyone who got their early PS5s enjoys. Under their review embargo, where they can't even do anything for a while, or they can, but they can't talk about it, which is really annoying. Can you imagine that? You get a console early, and you boot it up, and you're playing it, and you can't say a fucking word to anyone about it. God damn it. What that alone would be like break me, and I wouldn't want to fucking be any part of it. That's the deal. I don't care. Okay? Alrighty then.